Hi everyone, welcome to my channel where I try to figure out what it is to be a sustainable person, to live a sustainable lifestyle, how to be more zero waste, how to take more eco-conscious decisions.
Sunlight, love hearts, taste sweet like cherry tarts. Great boxes filled with seed, you know it's nature's greed.
And if you already watched similar videos before, you know that most of the time bloggers would share with you a list of items that every zero waste person should own. I want to focus not just on items, but actually on the principles and also on the understanding why you should do certain things. Because when you understand why, you are more motivated to do it, and also you can take better decisions that fit your particular lifestyle. The more I learn about the eco-conscious approach, the more I understand that there is no one solution that fits all. There is not a set of 10 particular solutions that are gonna save this planet. The person has to choose what they can do right now, what they're capable of right now, and also if you can ease your journey in the zero waste lifestyle, that will help this lifestyle not be a burden to you, because sometimes it can be a real burden. It might seem like it's too complicated, it's too time consuming, or it is even like too expensive. So let me start with the principle number one.
Sun cream, red roses made with seams.
And this principle is reduce the single-use plastic. Just get rid of single-use plastic. Or, because in most situations you can't really get rid of it altogether, just reduce the amount. Every time you have a choice, ask yourself, can I not buy or get the single-use plastic? Single-use plastic is something that is obviously made of plastic and something that you only use once and you throw it away. Let's say you buy a water bottle, it's made from the plastic, you drink this water, you throw it away. Why these items are especially bad and why they are the principle number one for me? When something is only used once, that means it has a very short lifetime. So all the bad and negative impact this item did during the production process, during the transportation, and especially during the time when this item is trashed, this negative impact is not offset by at least like you using this item for a long time. But the biggest mistake that people make, they assume that to be zero waste, you have to not use any plastic at all. You are not allowed to do it. And actually, there is more harm that comes from people with this black and white thinking. I believe that if you can reduce even by half or even by 20% what you did last year compared to this year, that's going to be already a huge improvement. Right now, there is a certain plasticophobia like everywhere. People are like, oh, don't use any plastic. No, there is a big difference between plastic that is used for a longer time and the plastic that you only use once. So it doesn't matter where you start or what item you reduce, just every time be more conscious and make the choice and ask yourself, how long is this item going to serve me? If it's something made from plastic that's going to serve you longer, it's more or less okay. But if it's something that you're going to use it briefly for a moment, those things have to go.
Ladybirds gather in dust, tiny shell.
The principle number two, buy less. I can also say be more mindful about your shopping. Let's face it, population on this planet is growing like crazy. And we are not only growing in numbers, we are also growing in number of items we own. If you think of somebody who lived like 50 years ago, those people would probably wear like 1 or 2 pair of pants and they would wear them for years. Now we have more and more trends where people just buy something, wear it for a season, and the season means a couple of months, and then just don't wear it anymore and then feel like I need to buy something else. Not only buy less, but actually aiming for keeping things longer, for wearing things longer, for using things longer, and actually to stop yourself from the impulse like, oh, I had this thing for a while, I should replace it. No, unless it's broken or like beyond repair or anything like that, just keep it, repair it, reuse it.
Beneath the leaves, I see you beneath the leaves.
Okay, time for the principle number 3, reuse. Let's say you go to the grocery store and you get your groceries in a plastic or paper bag. What do you usually do with this bag? You just throw it away. You can actually reuse it several times. And by doing so, you actually offset a lot the fact that that plastic bag was single-use plastic. But if you use it many times, if you keep it for longer, that's good. If I buy anything that comes in a glass jar, I keep those jars. I remove the label, By the way, if you don't know how to remove it, you just either keep it in the hot water, or if it's really hard to remove it, you can use a solution that's called Goo Gun that helps to remove all the glue, all the residue. So those jars can be repurposed as containers, as a storage items, like as vases in my house. Another way to reuse items is actually think of secondhand. I know that for lots of people, secondhand seems like something like, I don't know where this item came from, I don't know who used it. I even know some people believe that in a bad energy or something. But you have to understand that giving items like second life or third life or fourth life, we can actually reduce the landfill. Yeah, we can reduce the amount of items that go into the trash, that go into the garbage. And we can also extend the life cycle of items, which gonna offset the negative footprint when these items were produced. The less items we buy as new, the less items companies produce. So the amount of items that produced is dropping. That's good for the planet because we end up having less things to send to the landfill.
Sun-faced candlestick.
And the last principle I want to talk today about, this principle is called boycott. So every time you pay for something or you give somebody your money, purchasing something, think of it, what company you support, what practices you support. Of course, if something is really expensive and sustainable and you can't afford it, that's one issue. But if you're actually capable to make that choice, if you are capable to support those brands or those practices that do good to our planet, this is how you as a consumer vote for this. And the more people switch to, I don't know, let's say stores that don't use too much plastic in their packaging, and the more consumers would want something like that, the more companies would switch. The more times we refuse something, let's say we go to a restaurant and we tell them, oh, I don't want a straw. The more times we refuse, or the more times we ask them, do you guys have a paper straw? So the more conscious they get of our choice. So every time each of us does this choice, like this conscious choice to support practices that are good for our planet, we actually help the industries to change. Or the more we say like, okay, I stopped buying things from H&M, or I stopped buying things from certain like grocery stores, yeah, because they wrap bananas in plastic. So the more you do those choices, the more people join these choices, the more those choices and voices are noticeable, and the company is gonna change. Don't think like, oh, one person doesn't change anything, one person doesn't do anything. Sometimes it just needs your voice. Maybe already lots of people did it, but they need few more people. So I hope this in 2020 or years to come, more people will join and more changes will follow. I guess that's it for today. And if you like the whole eco-conscious and zero-waste idea, please subscribe to my videos because I have plans to do more cool videos. For example, how to understand if the company is sustainable or not. Anyway, I hope to see you in the next videos. If you have any questions, if you have something to say to me, please write to me about that in the comments. That would be really nice. And bye-bye. See you next time.
Avocado, ginger tree, I see you beneath the leaves. Oh, avocado, ginger tree, I see you beneath the leaves. I see you beneath the leaves. Sun-faced candlestick. The little guy never misses a trick. Dead ladybirds gather in dust. Tiny shells, seashell lost. Monopoly, cowhide shoe. Wicked lady and a soft phone too. Lemon plants and cactus too. You see me and I see you. Lemon plants and cactus too. You see me and I see you. You see me and I see you. Lemon plants and cactus too. You see me and I see you. Lemon plants and cactus too. You see me and I see you. You see me and I see you.
And